Alright, so we'll look at a very interesting concept. This is determining the speed under F geometry, a very, very interesting concept. So a jet flew from point 30 degrees south, 30 degrees east to point B, which is 30 degrees north, 30 degrees east in 4 hours. I get the speed in knots. So when you look at the word knots, don't be shaken. This is a very simple word. It just means nautical miles per hour. Okay, so the first step is just to determine the distance. We understand speed is distance over time. So if we can find the distance, we divide by the 4 hours, we would get our distance or our speed in knots. So the distance, we understand the shortcut or the fastest way of calculating the distance when it comes to nautical miles, we use 60 multiplied by the degrees, right? Or the theta, the angle theta. So how do you do that? So we have to understand what we are looking at here. We've got 30 degrees south, 30 degrees east. So this point, is it along the longitude or is it along the latitude? So that's very, very key as well. So the sharing or the common point that they are sharing is what? Is the east, 30 degrees east, 30 degrees east. So east is on the right. So that is the longitude if you are to draw the circle, right? So let's draw the Earth. If we are to demonstrate or show where the 30 degrees east is, so maybe somewhere there. So this is on the east. So one is 30 degrees south, so somewhere there. That is point A. The other one is point B, 30 degrees north. So we're trying to determine the distance between them. So distance between them, we're supposed to take into consideration their radius. In this case, their radius, this is a great circle, so the radius would be 3,437 nautical miles. So if you want to use the longer route, you use theta over 360 degrees multiplied by 2 pi and then the radius r, which is 3,437. The shortcut is 60 multiplied by the theta. Theta is now can be determined in two ways. If you're dealing with like poles, or if they are existing on the one half, it's north north or south south, you're supposed to be you're supposed to make it interesting for yourself, right? In that case, you just subtract. Now in cases where they're on the opposite side, one is in this case south, other one is north, what do? You basically add them. So yeah, they're going to give us 60 when you add 30 plus 30. So 60 times 60 gives us 3,600 what? Nautical miles. You should expect to get the same answer if you use that other formula. Now when you get the distance, you should now just divide by what? Just divide by the hours, which were 4 hours. Okay? And then if you divide 3,600, 3,600 divided by 4, 900. So 900 knots was the speed. Okay? So if you are not sure, if you've not understood how to go about calculation of distance properly, watch my video on that. I think I explained very, very well on how to go about it. And then you'd apply that same concept. Okay? Now think of the question which is having point A as it is 30 degrees south, 30 degrees east, and then we get to say they are along the same latitude. So that would imply 30 degrees south and then 60 degrees east. Okay, kindly calculate the time or calculate the speed in knots as well if it took 3 hours. Alright, that's it.